Comments. Whew. All right, get this over and done with. Hey, water lilies, welcome, welcome. Yes, you've seen me twice in, has it been a week's time? I know I did a live the other day. You have to work with me. My mind is fried. I just wanted to come in and give an update on something that, I had been telling you about. Those of you that follow me, I had to go to Italy in July to see about my brother. And, um, I was letting y'all know that it was was crazy. It was all sorts of craziness. My brother had been in Italy for quite a while. He's a musician. He tours. He does, concerts and stuff all over the world. And then during the COVID, he was in Italy, so he just stayed put. He was still trying to do concerts, but he was not. What do you call it? He was underwater. He was in the red because it was costing him more at the borders to pay for all the stuff and the testing and all that stuff than what he was making off the concerts. Because of course it was COVID and people weren't showing up. So he stayed in Italy, and then he got sick, very, very, very sick in probably May. I think it was May. And as the story goes, it took them a month to find us because he had sepsis. He had a sepsis infection, which really affected his mind and everything. So he couldn't remember. And then, I guess, like after a month of treatment, he was able to give them our names, and the U.S. Embassy contacted us in June, the end of June. And then I flew to Italy July 4th. So they called like on a Friday, and I flew out that Tuesday to go see about him because, people do all sorts of weird stuff, and people calling you first thing in the morning. You telling me you're from the Italian Italy. I get it. I understand. But the phone number's coming up with, what is 202 DC, New York, some crap. I don't know. But anyway, I went there. I stayed for 15 days. And, I think I kind of hit on, there was a third party individual that was kind of running interference, and they were trying to put the press on me to pay for my brother's stuff, and then they were like, well, are you going to get him home? And my sister and I worked together, found a ticket to try to bring him home. We explained to Delta Airlines that he was very sick, he couldn't sit, and he probably couldn't get himself on the plane. And they said, don't worry about it. We will get him on the plane and we will put him in this first class seat, and so he can lay down. It was like the first class with the beds. And so we were like, cool. I go back and I tell these officials that this is what we're going to do. You want me to take him home? Take him home. It's my brother. And then they changed and said, oh no, he can't fly commercial. So I had to leave my brother in Italy. And so, but before I left, they did move him to a private hospital at the hands of this other person that insisted that my brother needed it to be in a private hospital, get it better care, and costing a couple $1,000s a month, and blah blah blah. And then they ended up saying that they were not able to treat his condition and they had to send him back to the public hospital. And um, the call that we got was that, oh, he's been sent back to the public hospital. He had another surgery, and we're going to see how he reacts to this surgery. And then they called the next week just to give an update and say, they're still seeing how it goes. And the person that I was dealing with, you have to find somebody that speaks English. He said, oh, by the way, this is my last day working in Italy. So there was my connection in Italy, because the other embassy workers are Italian nationals and they don't speak very good English. And we were having a communication problem. So in my last video, I told y'all that we hadn't heard anything for like 3 weeks, something like that. And so yesterday was Monday, getting my mom situated, getting her ready for her day, and the phone rings, and it's the U.S. Embassy in Italy. And this woman is stumbling and bumbling, and I hate to call, like, spit it out, spit it out. So unfortunately, my brother didn't make it, and he was very sick, and so he didn't make it. And then she's babbling because I'm sorry, but when you call certain people, Black families, and tell them that they've lost a loved one, you can't keep talking and rambling on about some bullshit. So basically, I handed the phone to my sister because I just got to process this. I got to process this and get okay with it. So what they say, I'm not okay, but I am okay because I did get to see my brother, and I know he's not suffering anymore. He's okay. And then she goes in, well, we're not we're not going to help you. Oh, it's up to the family. It's on y'all to get him home, get the body home. And we don't pay for that. And blah, blah, blah. So just walk away. So let the shit show begin. So I know my brother has a lot of people. I'm gonna say this: a lot of people on Facebook that he had like 2 or 3 Facebook pages. My brother's a musician. My brother is a Grammy nominated musician, and he's played with the Rolling Stones, Keith Richardson from the Rolling Stones. He did a collaboration album with Eric Clapton and Keith Richardson, a tribute to Muddy Waters. He's played with the Rolling Stones. He's played with David Bowie. He's played with Mitch Ryder, Detroit Wheels, for those of you from Michigan. When I was born, my brother was almost 16 years old. I'm the baby. And so these people over here kind of recognize him. And I think I had mentioned before that when he went to the private hospital, his credentials came up missing. His clothes didn't come with him. So he was basically sitting up in the bed in an adult diaper. And his roommate was like, people recognize him and they're coming in and they're taking pictures with him. And I'm like, what? Stuff just we don't do over here. And I don't want to be like, oh, we don't do that in the United States, but we just don't. You have certain amount of privacy, which there was none here. So these people are posting all this stuff on Facebook, and is it real? They're coming in my inbox asking me questions. Like, I don't know, y'all. Whatever. You seen me posted. I'm his sister. Trust the process. And so today I get up and there's this broad, and I don't know if this is the same person under a different name. You can be whoever you want to be on Facebook, and she's saying all this stuff to me. And I go through her page, and on her post that she RIP'd my brother, she's telling people that, oh, if you want to say your final goodbyes to Nathaniel, you can come up to the morgue and say your final goodbyes. And I'm like, wait, What? You can do what? No, you can't. You know, what kind of bullshit is that? What kind of sick individuals are you that you want to go up to a morgue and see somebody before they are processed? You are not family. You are not spouses or children. You, is this how y'all roll in Italy? I told you I didn't like that place in the first place. And she's asking me, oh, are you in Pescara? Are you, this, that, and the other? And I'm like, no. I said, and why was I there 15 days, y'all? 15 days. I walked to that hospital twice a day and sat up there with my brother the entire visiting hour. And I didn't see not one single solitary person. All this fake ass love. Oh, we love Nathaniel so much. We love him so much. I didn't see one person, not one person come and visit. So she's trying to tell, I don't know what this is, what her angle is, but she's trying to tell him. I said, how do you know so much? Oh, the police called me to see about his belongings, if there was someone to pick up his belonging, because they can't find his family. They said he has no family. I said, that's so weird because I'm in touch with the US Embassy. Oh, yeah, the embassy and the police are looking for, can't find his family. And I'm like, keep your cool, keep your cool, because, you know, I was already about to explode over there. And my mind is not in a good place right now. And you are saying stupid shit to me. And I don't understand why. I don't understand your thought process or your logic. You are disrespectful at best because we are grieving the loss of our loved one. And y'all over here making a effing circus, is what y'all do to black people. Y'all create a circus. Like, my brother is not some kind of weird freak show. This is my effing brother we're talking about, you know. And you telling people to come to the morgue to say their goodbyes to him, I'm sure he's not looking the best. My thought process is that when I had to tell him that he couldn't come home with me, that he gave up. And there was no way for me to know, because while I was there, he was, I had him eating. I had him, you know, telling him, you got to eat if you want to come home. They said, I can take you home. He started eating because he wasn't eating. He didn't trust the hospital. And to me, rightfully so. All these people over there were like really, really shady. I had a really bad feeling the whole time I was over there. Something was not right. And now you would think, okay, he's passed on. Let's just get him home and everything will be everything. Well, it's getting worse. And my sister, she was like, well, I don't, this, that, and the other. I want to see him and blah, blah, blah. It's going to cost us over 10 grand to get him home. And he has to be embalmed, ship him home, and then try to do a memorial service in the funeral home over here that we call. They said, we don't care if 20 people show up or 200. This is the price across the board. And like, like, no, absent from the body, present with whatever you believe in. The books say present with the Lord. So I'm okay with, cremation. I can't remember if my brother told me that's what he wanted or not, because my mind is not working. My mind is not functioning very well, because I'm just in total disbelief. Like, did this really have to happen? And I know we all got a predetermined date or whatever you believe, what's going to be is going to be. But now we're dealing with some demons. I'm just gonna call it. We're dealing with some demons. It is what it is. So I just wanted to come over here and let y'all know, for everybody that gave up your prayers and thoughts and support for us, thank you. My brother is now an ancestor. He's on to the next round. And um yeah, so it's just my sister and I. I do have two other brothers, but it's just my sister and I. Trying to get him home, however, ashes or whatever. Me personally, I say cremation, and I'm going to turn it into a positive and motivate myself with that, and take some of those ashes and spread them out on some mountaintop, at least 5,000 feet elevation, because I know at this point I probably can't make it 1,000 feet, but you know, he and I are kind of spirit twins. He left home at an early age and he's traveled the world because he was a musician. I left home at an early age and, joined the military and traveled, and I'm still traveling and still getting around. So I have to keep the torch, keep holding the torch. If I don't do it, who else will? So that is all. Just wanted to let y'all know. Yeah. So number two, that's what I call them. We numbered. I have had 5 brothers and 2 sisters in my life, biologically, and I'm down to 1 sister and 3 brothers. This is the age where, you know, stuff happens. So I have to be okay with it because it's life, it's the life cycle. But keep my family in your prayers. My sister says she understands. I don't know because she saw me crying and she kind of just looked at me like, what's wrong? My mom can't, she no longer can talk. She has dementia. And she kind of just looked like, I know that's not good. And I try to be strong, but I can't. I'm weak. I'm very weak. And yeah, because I love my family. I love my brothers and sisters and my mother. And it hurts. So that's that. If you watch this on the replay or whatever, I'm holding it together minimally. You all, if you need to reach out to me or whatever, yeah, I know where to get me: Instagram, Facebook, whatever. So if anything else, oh yeah. So well, I want them. I want his things. My brother is a musician. He's a left-handed bass player. I want his shit. And so I gotta contact one of these evil people and get my brother's stuff. Yeah. With that being said, um, it is what it is. So um, continue to pray for my family, lift my family up, to gather some semblance of understanding. I kind of get it, you in your back of your mind, you kind of get it, but your heart is like, I don't understand nothing. So I did pull out the old trusty journal and start drawing, start doodling something that I've not really done since I've been home. It's been kind of hard because I'm always busy, but that's what I'm doing for now. That and smoking cigarettes. Yep. So that's the update on that. And I'm going to end this out here now because, yeah, I can't go no further. Not on this live. I can't go no further. Deshaun, thank you. Um, I'm praying for your family. We're praying. I think my brother, I think your mom and my brother was 71. So I'm not really sure. I think your mom was my oldest brother's age. Yep. I got older brothers and sisters. I'm the baby. And so that's that. Mount Clemens High, class of 70. He was a basketball player. He went to Oakland University. He was a musician. He's a different type of person. And he is gone to the next realm. So with that being said, see y'all on the flip side. Stay strong and keep pressing forward.